to Florida Mint on Florida Man with Greg, Wayne, Josh, and Cameron, the podcast where Floridians discuss the legends, lore, and crazy stories that always seem to take place here where we live in Florida.
Oh, okay.
What
well,
was that?
There goes my singing
Florida.
voice. Florida.
That was a psych on Josh and a psych on Cameron.
You saw me get my F mouth ready. I was like, Florida.
Yes.
And I
He was
psyched them
ready.
out. Guys, we heard a cool story this past week. We want to give a shout out to our homeboy Crash from Duval.
Crash.
No, what?
Yep. So Crash actually spent this past summer kayaking down the Swanee River.
Oh,
That's
that
dope.
Crash.
Yes.
'Cause we got
Yeah,
another guy named Crash.
Right. So that song makes an appearance in our theme song, and that river makes an appearance in our theme song. And he spent the summer kayaking down it
That's
while
awesome.
listening to our show.
Awesome.
His goal was to go through our entire catalog while on the river, and he was successful.
Oh, wow.
That's big.
He went through everything?
Yeah.
Like 80, what is this, 84?
I think we're on 84.
When
That's
you
insane.
think I'm a big fan of that show, ask
Right.
yourself, have I kayaked down the Swanee River?
The Swanee
The
River.
Swanee.
And then have you kayaked down the Swanee River?
Right. So big love to Crash.
That's amazing.
From Duval.
Yeah, thank
Appreciate
you,
you,
Crash.
dude. That's amazing. So if you're listening to this,
That's nuts.
I would also like to know the story of how you got the nickname Crash.
oh come on.
Yeah,
Like, unless that's your real name, then I'd also like to know the story behind that too. But
that's
like,
true.
Actually,
there's
email
got to
us.
be a cool story.
Yeah, email us and we'll update everybody
Next time, though, kayak up the Swanee.
Yeah.
That's how you want to do it.
against the current.
Yeah.
Amen.
Okay, headline.
Nice.
Come on, there he is.
I
This
think I
feels
nailed
good.
that one.
Back
this
from the
feels
grave.
All right, so our first headline comes to us from Tampa,
Come on.
Florida.
Tampa,
I
Florida.
love it. Hot Lampa.
Tampa, Florida. So this has to do with a bunch of birds.
Okay.
Love them.
Tampa man quarantined alone with hundreds of parrots,
Oh, that would
But
be
he-
the most annoying bird to be.
but he said it wasn't by choice. Okay, it would be the most annoying bird. Although, unless
Yeah.
you're lonely, then
What
you
bird
have
would
somebody
you-
to talk to.
Yeah, what bird would you want to be quarantined with?
Oh, lovebirds for sure.
Lovebirds?
Yeah,
A bald eagle for me.
Pelicans, obviously.
yeah,
Right.
for sure.
Places to store things.
For
Like,
sure.
Where are my tennis balls?
In that
and then you
billet.
get the pelican that's
Right.
got the tennis ball storage.
So this guy's name, his nickname, everybody knows him by Magic.
No,
Come
Okay,
on.
Birdman is the obvious.
I'm gonna call him Mr. Magic.
Come on.
Just out of respect. But
Right.
Mr.
He's a
Magic,
doctor. He's a doctor, though. Respect him.
yes, he's a bird doctor, has a few hundred squawking parrots that he keeps for company, and that's his only company right now. Okay,
Mhm.
so basically what he did was Mr. Magic sent Tampa Bay Times an email with the subject line that said SOS.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
Nice.
And then-
I didn't know that still worked.
And the email, he said, my name is Magic, and I am a prisoner in my own property with over 200 parrots. No way to get in or out.
How do you
Wow.
lose credibility instantly? You
By
say,
saying my name is Magic.
there it is.
Mr. Magic. But
Yeah.
so since March, Mr. Magic has become trapped within his property
Okay.
due to a court order from a property dispute. So basically, he owns a 5-acre, it's called Zaxee Florida Bird Sanctuary in Tampa.
Okay.
It's a 5-acre bird sanctuary,
Mhm.
but it's surrounded on all sides by other property, by
Right.
other people's property,
He's an
Landlocked.
island
Yeah.
of land.
Right.
surrounded by other land, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
not an island, but yes,
A people island.
a people
Yeah,
island.
A land island of land.
All right, so basically, he used to have a road that he could go in and out of to his
Mhm.
property,
Mhm.
but like I said, that court order, he has this lawsuit going on, and he lost access to that, which we'll get back to that in a second.
That seems.
Okay, so he has a very large aviary,
Yep.
Okay.
for his birds, and about 50 other individual enclosures. And before the coronavirus happened, he had like dozens of volunteers that would come help him.
Okay.
But
Okay.
part of the problem is he kind of got hit twice because of the coronavirus. A lot of his volunteers were older people,
Right.
so they stopped coming out because
rip.
of COVID. And then his other volunteers were college students
Right.
at University of South Florida,
Oh.
and they were gone. They, school
Yeah. they
got
hate
shut
birds.
down
They
because
hate
of
birds
COVID,
now.
and
Right.
they hate birds.
Yeah, they do.
So he lost a lot of volunteers, but at the same time that happened, he
Mhm.
got this court order saying you can no longer use this road that you've
Right.
been using
That's
for
a tough
years.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he's basically just locked inside this 5-acre property.
Wow.
He even talked about like food. He struggles
He's
to
running out of
feed-
birds to eat. I assume.
Yeah.
'Cause what else you got?
He struggles to feed himself and the birds, but he has like bananas and
Hold
bamboo shoots that like grow on the property. So
He
he's
did
been
say-
eating that.
Cam did say he has an aviary and 50 other enclosures.
Yes.
Right.
It sounds like he had animals in those enclosures.
They're full of birds.
They were.
There's hundreds of birds.
There were cows, chickens, and stuff.
Help me understand. When they took the access to the road away, do they destroy the road and he can't just walk away?
No, like I said, I'll get to that in a second.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So he's stuck in this. He's running out of food.
Yep.
And basically that's why he's emailing Tampa Bay Times like, I need help.
Bring
Right.
me food.
Yeah, I'm hungry. But he has like a couple bags of rice, he said. But his whole day is just getting up before the sun comes up, cleaning
my
cages,
gosh.
fixing cages, feeding parrots, because he had dozens of people to help him do this
Man,
that no longer are able to come out.
if those pigeons hear about those bags of rice, they're going to be all over.
That's
Oh,
it, yeah.
they're done for. So basically what happened was
Mhm.
he had this deal with one of the property owners, his
Mhm.
neighbors, that when he opened this bird sanctuary, she said, you can use this access.
An
Okay, you
easement.
can drive through here, which is on her property.
Yes.
Right.
If you allow me to ride horses,
Uh-huh.
because she has a horseback riding camp through your property.
Okay,
Oof.
like a trade.
Yeah, basically. But she is saying that he is not honoring that and that he's a terrible neighbor.
Okay. Yep.
Mr. Magic, I don't see him being a bad neighbor
And then
at
she
all.
destroyed the road, so he can't walk away.
She put 2 gates on it that are now
Uh-oh.
locked,
Yeah.
Okay.
and she spent over $100,000
Oh my gosh.
in court fees trying to get this basically this shut down where he can't use that access.
Well,
and so the judge
unless-
sided with her and said no. in
Unless you
March.
spent $100,000 on barbed wire, I would just
That's
climb
what
over
I'm
the
thinking.
fence
Yep.
and walk to the grocery store. Magic. You know?
Are you giving advice?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, his
I'm-
name's not Logic.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. I'm saying if you can't, if you're starving, jump the fence and go to the grocery store.
But he's got to take care of his birds. There's no volunteers.
You know what I think takes care of them? The open sky and like insects and stuff.
Thank
so-
you. And also, if you're
Open
starting a
cages.
zoo that can only run with volunteers, and it's like you have to guarantee volunteers are going to be there,
Mm-mm.
it's borderline animal abuse to
Mhm.
leave
What's-
it open.
What's the number one rule of growing your animal sanctuary?
Make sure you have enough volunteers to grow it,
Or don't grow it at all.
or don't grow it at all.
I mean, he did have them though.
But
I don't think he was ready for a pandemic. Like,
But that we've
everybody
always
gotta be
also
ready.
said, if
Yep.
you're going to start an aviary,
be ready for an unknown event such as a
pandemic.
pandemic or meteor strike.
Yeah. Okay. You guys are going like way opposite way than I thought you would on this.
no, I don't like them anymore.
No, jeez.
Not a big fan. Let the birds go.
So, anyways, he actually is saving birds that were abused or
Dang it.
injured
Dang
or,
it.
or attacked someone. He's saving birds. He's not just growing
This
birds.
horse needs to go.
Yeah.
You can move that beef
I would
now.
I would like to use this time to apologize to Mr. Magic.
Thank
Yeah.
you. So a
This
lot of the
horse
birds
lady.
that he has on his property, actually, because parrots live so long,
Right.
they'll live like past 80 years. A lot of the birds outlive their owners,
Oh no.
or
That's
they
gotta
were
be
injured
sad
and
for
all
the
this kind of
birds
stuff.
to see their people go.
I know.
So the funny thing about this, like you keep saying, why does he just walk out? Well, it'd be
Right.
trespassing at this point. But there's also another road.
I mean, how long does this road just run? It's only trespassing for like a minute
I don't know.
because I can run fast.
I didn't go out and check it
Yeah.
out. But there is another road on the property that the neighbor that, got this
Yeah.
court order, she's saying that's what he should be using. This other
Oh.
road, but that road is blocked by another fence and like a creek and it's overgrown. It's just like,
Use
dude,
this road that's not really a road.
I
That's
think
what you
that
should
Yeah.
use.
the main thing to take away from this is like, don't buy land that you cannot access a road
That's
from.
the one
And
thing.
where you
Yep.
have to negotiate with your neighbors to go and come.
Yeah, but
and
it's,
be a
it's,
better neighbor also.
it's a sad
Right.
situation because he's having to fight all these court
Birds.
orders. Like and birds. He's taking care of all these birds. That's like, it's not a job. He's just taking care of birds.
Yeah.
Because birds don't know when they're adopted. They're like, what'd you do with my master?
Right.
Why are you taking me to this?
Exactly. Let's
house.
wrap this one up because Wayne, he hates birds.
He
I
hates
think.
birds. Yeah.
It's not that I hate birds. I love birds. I hate men who put birds in cages.
No,
Bingo.
they're in an aviary.
I misunderstood.
These are disabled birds.
And now I'm on his side.
They have 5 acres.
All right. I got it. I solved it. Ready?
Okay.
Tie strings to the birds. Tie
Right.
those strings to your belt loops. Fly over. Boom. Solved.
Honestly, if you're listening, Tampa Bay Times.
Solved, baby.
like-
Magic. You and me.
I think you're onto something.
Yeah.
Hundreds of parrots just carrying you to freedom.
And then you flick off the horse lady while you're flying over.
Yeah.
Eat this.
Shame on her. What was her name again?
I don't remember, and I accidentally closed out the article.
That's
on my
okay.
phone.
Open
So-
the next one.
But I want her to know that we don't like her.
All right, let's go on to the next one. Florida man lets 12-year-old drive his Jeep.
That's fine.
Okay. Did the kid want to drive the Jeep?
Yes.
Boom.
So here's
There you
the here's the
Didn't
problem.
force him.
Right.
There's a couple problems.
Okay.
Is there?
First of all, it's not actually his daughter. Okay?
No, we didn't ask.
So
Did they
he's
want to
saying-
ask?
he's okay. So the problem was he said he told officers that he wanted to be the cool father.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
That's way weirder
Okay.
now,
Okay.
actually.
So he told him, I want to be the cool father. And then it ends up that these are not even his kids. So
Oh, no.
Sean
These
Michelson.
are aspirational things, though. I want to see if I could be a cool father. Let me practice on
There
your
you
kid.
go. Yeah.
Right?
So Sean Michelson is 41-year-old.
Shawn Michaels?
Shawn Michaels?
The Heartbreak Kid?
He just got the belt bag from Demon Johnson.
Oh my
What is
gosh.
happening?
Shawn Michaels was a professional wrestler.
Michelson. Michelson.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
He wasn't.
sorry.
This guy wasn't.
So this 12-year-old girl told Shawn Michelson, hey, you should let me drive your Jeep because it'd be cool.
This
And
guy's
he's
been
like,
influenced by a lot of kids. It
Yeah.
seems.
He's like, well, if I want to be cool, maybe, yeah, let's do
That's
it.
his internal dialogue.
So he had a couple of these 12-year-old girls staying at his
Hello.
house
Okay. Uh-oh.
because he was friends with their mom, which is already just the weirdest way to start
Yeah.
this article. Okay.
Y'all are friends with a lot of moms. Do y'all have their kids?
No,
Staying over.
not at all.
Right.
The arresting officer saw this Jeep make an illegal U-turn and then speed away. It was going 85 miles per hour into 45
Oh, my gosh.
because Shawn Michelson said, hey, it'd be cool if you
God
sped.
bless.
And so she, the 12-year-old girl who's not named, obviously, was driving that fast.
Shame on her.
Well, Michelson is now charged with child neglect
Yeah.
for allowing an unauthorized person to drive
What about the mom of
and
that?
causing a minor to become a delinquent, which I didn't even know that was a charge, because he also bought her vape pens because that's what she wanted. And he wanted to be a cool dad who's
Dude,
not
honestly,
even a dad.
I just
Sounds like he's going to be a terrible
it's
dad.
gross.
It's just a
Everything-
weird story.
Everything about that guy's gross.
Yeah, we don't like you, Sean. Sean's definitely in the shame corner, right?
He's
I
going to
think
be
Sean
taken
should
down
go to,
by Brett the
should go
Hitman
to
Hart.
prison.
Yeah, I think he probably will. He's being held with no bond.
Yeah,
be
thank
there
you.
shortly.
Because they know something else is up.
Well, he's easily influenced, so the cop will be like, you should probably just go to jail.
He's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I
With a
want
cool
to
dad?
be cool.
Yeah, I think we just wrap it up. We say Shawn Michelson,
Shame
just head
corner.
to the shame corner.
Please.
Forever.
Yeah, forever.
And now I realize now, Cameron, that was way before your time, but there used to be a wrestler named Shawn Michaels,
Uh-huh.
and he would come down to the ring. He was good looking, okay?
Pecs out of this world.
He was fit. He had these tight pants on,
How
he-
tight were they?
real tight.
Yeah.
And his move was called the super kick, right?
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
And he would
I
say,
didn't watch it.
he'd say, I got that sweet chin music for you. And then
What?
whenever they would look at you, he
can't
would
be
slap
right.
his leg and they kick him right in the face.
What? Was
And
he a
so when you
musician?
said that, I'm like, dang, Shawn Michaels fell far.
Well, if anybody can back that up, let us know. But
Did he have like guitar strings on his leg?
I think so.
Bow, bow. That would be cool if he did the guitar leg thing.
yeah, that would be cool.
Hey, fellas.
Hello.
Hey, Josh.
Let me ask you guys a serious question.
Okay.
Right. Go ahead.
When's the last time you've eaten a bag of Cheetos in one sitting, a full bag?
A full bag of Cheetos.
Yes, full
I've
bag.
Like
never-
family size?
Not just standard. I don't
snack
pay
size?
for the extra air. I'm not a
Oh,
sucker.
yeah. True.
My dad caught me eating the puffy kind, whenever I was little, and He didn't. I wasn't allowed to have them anymore.
Why?
He didn't say.
Oh, just Cheetos in general?
Yeah, no. He said something about crunchy only and slammed the door. That was it.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm more of a puffy
Oh.
boy.
Right.
I like
right.
Flamin' Hot,
Oh, there we go.
but I couldn't eat a whole bag of them.
That's
for
your
sure.
Latino roots, though.
I think
Right.
so.
So I was eating a whole bag of Cheetos the other day.
Okay.
Mhm.
Puffy only for me.
Right.
Oh yeah,
I don't like the
you
crunch.
would.
I did.
Yeah.
Trust me. And I had flashbacks because at the end of the bag, I had just knuckle dust. I like
Oh,
to call
right.
it. I call it dessert.
Right.
Yeah,
Knuckle dust. You had the powder from the chips on
Oh,
your
yeah.
knuckles.
Yeah, and it's on the bag, so I always
Right.
Yeah, and I had flashback. It took me a while to remember why I had the flashback, but I had the flashback of tears
Right.
Okay.
and my hands being orange.
Right. Vietnam.
Yeah, so
I mean, you can't eat
Jesus.
Cheetos without being just covered.
yeah,
Right.
Unless
I mean,
you're
you said
shoveling.
knuckle dust, but it's like your whole hand almost.
Yeah.
It is.
And if you lick them
It
and then
is.
go back for more, it's even.
You're over,
and then you
yeah.
got caked.
The
Yeah.
biggest mistake is accidentally licking your fingers.
Exactly.
Right.
It's tempting, but you're caking that. So the story that I had to sit in meditation, but then the full flashback came, and it was third grade, and I remember it
on.
like yesterday. And
Come
it hurt.
on.
That's
Of
why I sent
Cheetos.
you those teary emojis.
Okay.
Randomly, you did send us cry
Yeah.
emojis.
That should be y'all calling me if I send you that.
We don't. Usually, I assume like your dog stepped on your phone or something.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's true. So go with me to my third grade.
Okay.
I had just changed schools.
Right.
Right. Third grade, my dad says, hey, it's too far to walk.
Mhm.
Your stepmom's not going to pick you up. You
Right.
know this.
Right.
So he didn't even have to tell me. I know
No,
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to put you in after school care.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool. you
That's
know.
okay.
And he's like, so you got a couple options.
Right.
There's FHA
Come on.
that takes place at the school.
Right.
FHA?
Yeah. He's like, they do like baking and stuff. Future Homemakers of America.
That's
Okay.
Yeah.
That
Whoa.
sounds great for you.
I thought, because he said cooking.
You need it now. You need those skills now.
I do need those skills now. That's
I love
where
how
I am.
offensive everything was in the
Yeah,
90s.
future homemakers.
Just so blatantly.
I would have loved to have been a homemaker.
Yeah.
I would be a terrible one.
Right.
Or, what was popular back then? Karate.
Okay.
Come on. It
Oh, yeah.
was.
It was
After school
popular.
karate.
Yeah, where
It's
is it
not
now?
popular anymore.
No,
All the kids that bullied me were in karate.
bingo. That's usually what they learn.
Yeah.
They went there to learn more.
Yeah.
So
Bully
he tells
tactics.
me after school, a van's going to pick you up.
Yeah.
You're going to go there till 6:30.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh,
Why?
that's when he can pick me up.
It's like 5 hours.
That is 5 hours. That's a lot of time. So we go to play it against sports, and he gives me my karate costume. And
Is that what it's called?
I don't know. I think he asked for the karate costume, and the
Yeah.
guy's like, okay,
Yeah.
These are on sale.
yeah, these kids didn't stick it out.
Right.
We got
Oh, yeah.
these.
You got to use karate
Well,
gi.
they're expensive.
Oh,
That's what he
geez.
said.
Yeah.
But it doesn't come with a belt, though, right?
No.
You have to earn that.
Well, I didn't know you had to earn it. I guess my dad didn't either. So you see the wall of like colored belts, and I was like, I want the blue one.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, blue was like my
So
favorite
you
color
showed
back
up to the
then.
first day of class wearing an advanced belt.
Well, the 15-year-old that played again, he's like, sir, in karate. And my dad's like, just give us the blue one.
Yeah.
My kid wants the
My
blue
kid wants
one.
the blue one. So I go to school, first day jitters,
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
karate costume in my backpack.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I've taken all the snacks out of the cabinet because, got to be prepared for the first day. I got Slim Jims, snacky cakes.
Right.
I got my lunch, because
That's
I'm
a
prepared.
long stretch from
That's
lunch
long.
to
Yeah, 6
getting
to
picked
6.
up.
Right.
I'm doing a 12-hour
yeah.
shift.
That's
Right.
a long time.
So first day of school, normal. You get beat up like you do.
Right.
Yeah. Mhm.
For being the new kid.
Yeah.
Being the handsome art kid.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then so I hear, okay, after school kids, FHA go to the lunchroom and Dan's Karate Kids come up front.
Dan's karate
Dance
kids?
/ karate?
Dan's Karate.
No,
Okay.
Dan's.
Not Dance Karate.
No, it's
That
a
would be
person named
cooler.
Dan.
Oh.
Yeah, Dan, not Dance Karate. That would
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
thinking.
be, yeah, that's
You're
capoeira.
dancing and
I
karate.
think. That's capoeira.
No,
right?
karate's basically dance, anyways.
Yeah, well,
That's
yeah.
true. Zumba.
So I got my backpack. I go up front. I see a big van that says Dan's Karate.
Right.
Huh?
I go to
That's where
get
you're
in,
going.
and the 15-year-old that's driving,
Oh,
who
geez.
looking back is 15, but he's
Yeah.
an adult to me.
Right.
He turns around and he goes, "Hey, cowlick, wrong van," because I had a cowlick. And I'm like, "What the?" I'm like, "No, sir, I'm in the karate class."
Yeah.
And he's like,
I'm new.
"Where's your costume?" I think he called it something else.
Yeah, you probably the official term.
Because every other kid was already in their karate costume.
Right.
So I guess they got to change, but I didn't know because what are you going to
Yeah,
do?
you
Sure.
So I'm in my standard street clothes.
Right.
Yeah.
you know,
Jinkos.
yeah, my Big Johnson shirt.
Right.
And my Jinkos.
Right.
And they're in their karate costume. So I'm like, "No, sir, I'm supposed to be here. I'm coming to Dan's now."
Right.
And he goes, "Okay, get in the van." So I get in and I go all the way to the back, and they're all talking about karate moves and stuff.
Right.
And so we take like
Headlocks.
a 25-minute drive.
Jeez Louise.
You think after school care would be close?
Yeah, you shouldn't be
I
taking
think-
them very far.
No, I think he did some errands though. from
Yeah,
what I
he
heard.
did.
It took a while. So I'm in the back and I'm just like going through my snacks because that's what I
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
You don't have phones back then.
No.
So I'm in my Cheetos.
You're eating
Let's go.
Cheetos in the back of the van.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
And I've got, those puffy ones.
Oh,
And I'm
yeah.
Bang, 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 double handed them.
Come on.
So we get to Dan's, and everybody gets out and they get on the mat, and the little guy driving, he's like, "Hold on, day one, you got to watch the videos." And I'm
Oh,
like, "Okay."
what?
So I go. They puts me in the lobby, and I'm watching Dan's karate videos, which is
Mhm.
just like his commercials.
To get you ready for the first lesson.
Well, it's like I think it was what he would show like the schools or parents, and it was like, "Your kid will learn discipline,
Right.
self-control."
Sexuality.
Yeah,
I don't think that's part of karate.
It wasn't mine.
sexuality,
Right.
water skiing,
Right.
Yeah. Respect.
respect,
Sure.
stuff like that. So
The Bible.
the Bible. Another van pulls up. Older kids get out, and Sensei Dan gets
Oh.
out.
No.
Yeah,
The
Sensei
big
Dan
man
shows
himself.
up,
Dan the man.
and he's like, "Oh, new, awesome, glad you're here. You need to go change." And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Oh,
yeah.
okay. Where do I change?"
Because you're still in street clothes.
Yeah, I'm still in street clothes. And he goes, "Well, I'm about to use the bathroom, so you can wait for me or go next door." And,
What?
maybe next door is the outside bathroom.
Yeah.
Maybe like an outhouse.
So this is a strip mall.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
no.
I peek my head out the door and I'm like, left, right, what are my options here? Where's the bathroom sign hanging?
Right.
Is he going to be in there for long?
I guess he's planning on it.
Dan eats a lot of protein.
Yeah. And he just got off of a van ride. So, how
Right.
those
He's been holding it
vans,
for
they
25
ride
minutes.
rough. So I look left and there's check cashing. I look
Mhm.
right and there's bail bonds.
Oh, you're in a good spot.
Both of those businesses I don't recognize.
Right.
As a
No.
third grader, you're not familiar. But checks mean money.
Yes.
Money means cleanliness.
Yes.
So I walk in there
Mhm.
and I go, I changed my karate. And they're like, next door is karate.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I know I need to change. No. And so I'm like, oh, well, this is kind of embarrassing. So I go back and luckily Dan's done with his BM in
Yeah.
the bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm able to change. I come out, and of course it's the middle schoolers that showed up with Dan, and they're like, "Oh, cool, you're a blue belt," and I'm like,
Oh, no.
"Yeah, I got a blue belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome." And Dan's like, "Take that ish off."
No.
What color were they in, though?
Oh, well, everybody was white or yellow
Okay.
because that's the standard belt.
That's the
And
learning one.
Right.
Yeah.
Dan, I learned that Dan didn't let you really accelerate up the ladder because he was threatened by.
So when Dan sees your blue belt, immediately he's like, "This
Pissed, yeah.
kid's stepping on me."
he's mocking my life.
Now, reminder: you're 8 years old at this time, third grade, right? That's 8 or 9, give or take.
Yeah, third grade.
So
8
you're
or
a
9.
child and
Yeah.
a grown man. It's just
Yeah, and he
yelling
thinks
at
I'm
you.
now making a mockery of his life
his
sport.
his art form,
His
sure.
dojo.
Sure.
His dojo. So all these kids are running around. I'm on the mat. He says something about bowing before you enter the mat. I don't know the
Okay.
karate stuff.
Right.
But I'm in my cool costume. I had to take my belt off, and he gave me another belt,
Right.
which he's like, "Your dad's gonna pay me for that."
No.
But I'm giving you my blue
He's
one.
like, I'm gonna beat you up and
You
you
just
daddy.
traded.
Yeah, I just traded a
Yeah.
better. I trade you a better one.
Yeah. Right.
So he's like, and then he goes, "Line up." And all these kids they fall into line. It's like bing, 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 bing. And I'm new, obviously. I'm
Yeah.
getting in the back
Right.
like I do.
Right.
And I had obviously taken my Cheetos
No.
and I had stuffed
With
them
onto the mat?
in my waistband.
Oh no.
I don't want to get stuck somewhere I'm not going to have access to snacks.
Like a
Well,
bird
yeah.
aviary.
Yeah.
Like a bird aviary. Yeah.
Right.
that poor guy.
And it looked like a place where I wouldn't be able to go, hey, can I go get my snack?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
well, and Dan's not very approachable.
Dan's
so-
not feeding you.
No.
No, not at this point. He's definitely, I mean, I got called cow lick
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
that teed
day
me.
one.
That teed me off.
Husky
Yeah.
boy.
Because I had a cow lick. No LA Looks hair gel would keep that stuff down
No.
at all. So he goes, line up. So everybody lines up. I get in the back and I'm like, oh gosh. And he goes, you know what our principles are: discipline, self-control, cleanliness. No. Let me see your hands.
Well, you learned that from the video, though.
Yeah, that. Yeah. Well, he repeats it every time.
Okay.
Right.
Like, let me see your hands. And I this is terrifying to think about.
Let me see
But
your
everybody
hands.
puts their hands out, palm up. And of course, I start looking at mine and I'm like,
Oh, you're done for.
mine are kind of orange.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay.
Cheeto dust.
Yeah, Cheeto dust. So I kind of beeline it to the bathroom, you know?
You broke formation?
Oh yeah, I broke formation. I'm
Right.
like, okay, I'm not getting in trouble here.
Right.
So I go to the sink, pfft, nothing. No water in the sink.
What?
Yeah. I'm like, what? This
So
is-
Dan didn't wash his hands after dropping that.
That's the truth. Yeah, Dan didn't wash his hands. So he's got no water, and I'm not dipping my hand in the toilet.
Where
Well,
Dan's
no.
been.
Yeah, where Dan's been. So I take a paper towel, and you know, if you've ever caked your hands with Cheeto powder, you can't
not
get it
coming
off with the
off.
dry.
No.
It's not coming off.
So I go, okay, well, I'll just, by the time I come out, it's not going to be a thing. Hand
he'll
hand
forget about
discipline.
you.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So I wait a few minutes, and I come out, and he goes, "You okay in there?" And I'm like, "Yeah, no, it's okay. Just stomach ache, nervous."
Mhm.
Right.
He goes, "Okay, go against the wall." So I go against the wall, and he's like, "Okay, you're gonna wrestle Jose." And I'm like, "Okay,
You're wrestling at the karate place?
yeah, I guess I'm being wrestled. I don't understand what the heck's
Right.
happening. I thought it was karate.
Right.
I don't know if this guy knew."
You're supposed to punch people.
So Jose's like, "Okay, so I'm gonna try to take you down." And I'm like, What's happening? What kind
Yeah,
of
you're just being
takedown?"
bullied.
And you try to not let me take you down.
Right.
And I go, "Okay, how do I do that? Is there karate moves or something?" And he's like, "Just defend yourself."
Yeah.
And so everybody's kind of just wrestling, which I don't think is any karate move.
No.
They're just-
That's street fighting.
and then you got Bret the Hitman Hart
It's
on the
over there.
TV over
I know.
here.
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels, a poster of Shawn Michaels. So Jose comes at me, and I go to stop him, and I grab his shirt,
Yeah,
And,
with your Cheeto fingers.
Oh, God.
and it's like instant right down the front. There was some type of texture on his shirt, and he's pissed.
Right.
Because I guess you can't get Cheeto dust out of a costume, and instantly
Dojo Dan
Dojo
is
Dan sees it instantly
cleanliness.
because
Right.
it's like,
From across the room.
oh yeah, orange is not supposed to be
No.
there,
No.
because it's black mats and all white costumes.
Yeah.
yeah.
And now this guy has like two like orange
just
handprints,
tiger claws down
Oh,
the front
yeah.
of his.
and he goes, "You get out." And I'm like, "What? Me?" But my stuff's in the cubby, and the cubby's locked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, "No, just go out in the lobby, wait for your dad." So I'm like, "Okay." So I ended
Just
up
because you got somebody's
well, I didn't.
costume a little dirty.
Apparently, I was supposed to pay attention to the video,
Right.
learn his principles, and then apply them instantly.
And not have Cheetos tucked in your belt, probably.
That was the problem, because when he starts kind of saying, "You get off the mat," and my Cheetos are kind of right here,
Right.
he kind of had a problem with that, with my
so,
Cheetos.
Yeah. So you're in the lobby waiting for your dad to pick you up for how long?
No, I went out and sat on the curb because I thought I'm going to prove to Dan that I don't need his building.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I took a moral stand that day.
And you sat out on the curb waiting for your dad.
Yeah.
Finish your Cheetos.
And I put my street clothes back on because I was like, I'm not advertising Dan's karate.
I wouldn't either.
So I thought my dad's going to be pissed
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
At
So-
Dan.
at Dan.
Right.
So I get my cubby hole, I get my stuff. My dad shows up, and in the car, I'm like, "You won't believe this. It's so bad." And of course, I'm exaggerating a little bit. I'm like, "And he pushed me." And my dad's like, "Uh-huh." And I go, "And it's just, it's a terrible place." And he goes, Okay, well, buddy, I'm going to need you to stick it out for another
Oh no.
month,
What?
29 days, because I paid for the month.
Oh
And I got nobody to pick you up.
Oh my
What?
god.
What about the homemakers? He's like, I looked into it. It's all girls. It's the girls only class. I'm like, geez. So I had to swallow my pride and go back to Dan's.
I feel like
for
there's
another-
got to be more karate stories though.
Oh, there definitely is. Dan and I, he really, when you have that coworker and you're like instantly your rivals.
Right.
I was Dan's rival instantly.
And you're a third grader.
Yeah, and I was supporting his business.
jeez.
Can we agree to do like a part 2 next week?
Oh yeah, I've got the story. Yeah, because
Let's do it.
Oh, Dan didn't like me. He didn't like my dietary habits.
Lisa Lynn Bishop was born August 3rd, 1965 in the great state of Florida.
I know where this is going.
Native.
LL Bean.
That is
Bean.
right. Lisa Lynn Bishop. From a very young age, Lisa loved to write.
Perfect. Yep.
Yeah, she was a writer. She entered her first writing competition in 3rd grade, where she placed first in poetry. And in 5th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade,
Oh,
she placed first in the all-county short story contest.
okay. She's a bragger.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
needs to tone it down a little bit.
She did well. The kid loved to write. She's really good at it. By the time Lisa got to high school, it was pretty obvious what she wanted her career to be in.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Some of those kids just
Turns
kinda,
out the same poem. She just kept re-entering
she
it.
kept
Yeah.
using it over
That
and
third
over
grade
again.
poem was gold.
And it was great. She won every time. But her passion for writing started shifting more towards journalism
Mhm.
whenever she was in high school. So she started writing for like the school newspaper. She wrote a few columns for the local news outlets. And so it was no surprise to anyone when Lisa was accepted into the journalism program at Georgia State University in Atlanta.
Okay.
Oh, one of the
Nice.
best journalism
That's right.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
programs.
She's on her way. She's well on her way. So after she graduates high school, she kind of realizes she's going to Georgia State alone. She's got no friends. She knows no one else is going there, and this is kind of a new adventure for her.
Nobody else liked to write because she kept beating them in
She
the
kept,
argument.
yeah, she
Yeah.
lost a lot of friends winning
Yeah, she
competitions.
crushed a lot of dreams.
Right. So
Right.
what she does is she plans a trip through the Caribbean
Mm.
for that entire summer by herself. She's
Oh,
like, you know what?
She's
I'm
going
gonna
the
get,
long way.
I'm gonna get
Alright.
used to being by myself. Yeah.
Yeah, she's going the wrong direction.
Yeah,
She's going to
for real.
Georgia.
She's just making a trip around.
Yeah.
How do I get there?
She'll get there. Yeah. So basically, she spends the whole summer, traveling through the islands. But as she meets new people, she kind of interviews them and starts writing pieces about them.
Mm, okay.
That's how she's strengthening her
Nice.
ability of, like investigative journalism, right?
Okay.
So she enjoyed this so much, learning about other cultures and other people, and she kind of becomes obsessed with this idea. So when she gets to college, by the time that arrives,
Mhm.
it's going well, but she's like, I don't know.
Bump this. Yeah.
I'm not feeling
Yeah.
it.
I think if you've taken a trip in the Bermuda Triangle, you go, college ain't
The what
ain't
triangle?
The Bermuda.
Yeah, the Bermuda Triangle.
The Bermuda?
She's just dizzy.
Yeah.
I'm spinning
Get
around the whole
dizzy.
time. Yeah.
The Bermuda.
Well, she starts to second guessing her life choices. So she's doing everything she's ever dreamt of doing, but at the same time, she's now looking for adventure, right? She wants
yeah.
that kind of experience.
Mhm.
And so basically, she meets this guy around this time who's named Paul Cornwell. Okay. Paul's a major character in this story.
Okay.
He's a few years older than Lisa, but they hit it off almost immediately, and the two start dating.
Yeah.
Okay. As
Paul liked to read, so it worked
Oh,
out.
that's a perfect
she liked
match.
to write. They had a lot in
Perfect
common.
match.
So Lisa starts confiding in Paul about how she wants to be a journalist, but she's not sure that college is the route for her.
Okay.
And she's
Really?
kind of telling
Okay.
him like how she feels about
I already
stuff.
know how to write. Why do I need to
Yeah.
learn?
Why do I need to come here anymore? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And he's like,
Uh,
"Are you in Future Homemakers?"
or karate. So as it turns out, Paul owned a club in Atlanta called the Metroplex Club.
Okay.
And he was
Okay.
doing pretty well for himself. And so he made Lisa a job offer. He said, look, why don't you come be the bar manager here at the
Okay.
club,
Perfect.
save up some money, and then you can make your own schedule. Like you go and come
Oh,
as you please.
okay,
You can
okay.
travel, you can write, do whatever you want to do. And so she's like, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Different career path, but
Yeah. So she's still going to write
She's-
and do stuff,
she
but she
still
just
wants that freedom, though.
right.
Oh, I bet
exactly.
the stories from a bar that would be interesting.
Well, that's actually
true.
what she did.
No.
Yeah, so Lisa worked for Paul for over a year, running the bar at his club, and then freelance writing on the side but Freeland's writing about the people she would meet at
That's
the bar.
awesome. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was always trying to get Lance out of jail. It's like free Lance.
Right. No, not quite.
Jeez.
So
We'll delete
basically,
that one.
the biggest benefit of the job was that the Metroplex Club was a super popular place for people who were traveling through Atlanta. So Lisa developed this habit of meeting new people, and the ones that she found interesting, she would start interviewing them and writing about their life story. Right,
Okay.
the same thing she did in the Caribbean.
Which Atlanta is like a travel hub. I mean,
It is, yeah.
You sauce people up. They won't
yeah.
shut up.
Well, basically, she would take it a step further. So if these people were involved in industries that Lisa wanted to know more about, she would start investigating their industries and using them as like insiders to get information.
Hello.
Okay.
So she's really taking this kind of investigative journalism,
Got it.
freelance writing.
How's your face?
It hurts.
It's killing me.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Got him. Roasted.
So as luck would have it, one night while working at the bar, a man stops in by the name of Florian Meyer Birch.
Florian. Okay.
Mhm.
Yep.
Old Florian.
Old Florian
is
Birch.
28 years old, and he is the captain of a freighter ship called the Freedon.
What?
Florian's Freedon.
Yeah.
It's Freedon, so it's like
Didn't have to
freedom.
spell it for us.
Well, it's like freedom, but with an N.
They ran out of
Want to make
paint
sure
on
you
the
got
side.
it right.
Yeah.
So
One
Lisa,
more.
yeah, Lisa is immediately enamored by this guy's story. Okay, so he's traveled all over the world. He was born in Germany, but he's lived in all these other countries, and now he's a captain of his own ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're a captain of ship, I mean,
You can't get any higher than that.
I don't think
cool.
so. You can marry
Yeah.
people.
Well, you can get 2 ships.
Right. So to Lisa, this guy is like a story jackpot because he's like a treasure trove of material.
Yeah.
So she wants to interview this guy, find out all of his stories. But Lisa's boyfriend, Paul Cornwell, he's not too thrilled about Captain Florian.
Because the only thing cooler than a club owner
He's a pirate.
Yeah.
is a pirate.
Right. So basically, he says, look, something about this guy doesn't sit right with me. I just don't have a good feeling about him. And honestly, like what boyfriend would? You know what I
Well,
mean? Like,
he's pretty far inland, which
He
makes
is.
me suspicious.
He's very.
that's actually a great point.
He's
like,
unfamiliar with
what's he doing in
buoyancy.
Atlanta?
Where's your
Yeah.
boat at?
That's
buddy?
a wonderful point, actually. So basically, Lisa insists that Florian's a good guy and that Paul, her boyfriend, is just jealous.
He has a sinking suspicion.
Yeah, he does actually.
Got
So basically, for a few months, this Florian guy, he's coming around the bar, and he would stay late after closing so that Lisa could interview him.
He ain't got
Girls,
no boat.
if
Right.
there's anybody that's staying at your job, stay
Yeah.
late.
Yeah.
Not a good. Just be careful. Finally, Florian kind of makes a proposition. Captain Florian says that he and 7 men who make up his crew of the ship Freedon will be setting sail to Haiti, and he wants Lisa to come along and document the experience.
I want it to be my idea.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
want
if
you
you're-
and your-
don't-
I want to hear about it and like, hey, I'll go with you.
Don't invite me onto your boat.
Yes.
Let me ask to come on your boat.
Yes. Cam's always said that.
I've
Right.
always said that.
So basically, it's not quite clear what he did for a living. He never would say that. He captains a freighter ship, so it's assumed like it's cargo of some sort. But for Lisa, this is the opportunity she's been waiting for. I mean, she gets to go through the Caribbean islands doing journalism. But again, her boyfriend Paul is like, I just don't think it's a good idea. I don't think you should go. You're going on a boat with 8 strange men. It just seems dangerous.
That's the limit too, because 6 he would have been cool with.
Not 8 men.
Not 8 men.
So Paul wasn't the only person to object. Lisa's parents also got involved. And keep in mind, she's like a younger former college student, so her parents are still involved in her life. And they're like, look, this is a terrible idea. So they start trying to guilt her by saying, it's close to Christmas, right? So you're going to miss Christmas. You're going to miss the holidays. Just wait around a little bit. Just don't go. But Lisa insists. So she's made up her mind. She's leaving with Captain Florian and his crew. So on December 17th, 1988, Lisa, Captain Florian, and 7 Haitian nationals set sail from Miami, Florida to Haiti.
Okay.
Okay.
She
That a bit of
shows
a
up,
drive first.
Sees the ship exist.
Right.
It's literally flying a red flag. And she's like, I feel safe.
I'm going to go on there. So 8 days later, Lisa's family and her boyfriend Paul were quite disturbed when Lisa failed to contact them on Christmas Day.
Oof.
Okay, so it's been
I don't
over-
think it would take that long to get to Haiti either.
It wouldn't.
From
And-
Miami.
And so they kind of figure maybe they're getting settled. She's busy.
Yeah.
Then on Christmas, there's nothing.
You
And
have
she's
to,
like,
you have to call your parents on Christmas.
right.
do.
So they reach out to the major ports in Haiti.
Oof.
And as it turns out, the Freedon was scheduled to arrive December 19th, but it never did.
Yikers.
So the families of the Haitian crew on board had already filed missing person complaints
Oh, wow.
with the
Well, it's
Haitian
good that they
authorities.
exist.
Yeah. So they've already filed missing person complaints with the country. And the United States Coast Guard, they spent the entirety of January attempting to find the wreckage of this 82-foot long freighter ship.
Oof.
The entire month?
Well,
Right. For a month.
They had to celebrate, obviously, Christmas and New
Yeah.
Year's.
Right.
so-
They were off for a few days.
Yeah. So the general assumption was that the Freedon sank somewhere between Florida and the Caribbean islands.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
So despite using every vessel, both land and sea, the Coast Guard and the Caribbean authorities were unable to find any wreckage whatsoever.
What?
I mean,
Okay.
You got a lot of space out there.
There is some
Yeah.
There
ocean,
is.
Yeah.
So Lisa, Captain Florian, and the 7 crewmen were labeled deceased, and funerals were held in their honor. And the story made national news. People mourned. Everybody, eventually just kind of moved on.
What?
I haven't
Everyone,
yet.
everyone except for
Not me
Paul
either.
Cornwell,
Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
the boyfriend of Lisa Bishop.
I knew I liked him.
So when the U.S. Coast Guard called off the search in January of '89,
Uh-huh.
Paul launched what would become a 30-year effort
What?
to find his
Jeez.
long-lost love, Lisa Bishop.
Oh, my goodness.
So while everyone else believed the ship sank, Paul hired private investigators from multiple countries to investigate what he believed was the kidnapping of Lisa Bishop.
Holy garbage.
And an entire crew.
Right.
And a
So
freight ship.
Yeah.
he claimed that the evidence was mounting that the mysterious job that Captain Florian had was actually trafficking.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Some sort of drugs or maybe even human trafficking. So his investigation led him to an expert underwater salvager named Bob Nyberg, who saw the Freedon
What?
in Georgetown Harbor on Grand Cayman Island 2 weeks after its supposed disappearance.
What?
Holy crap.
So basically, this is Bob Nyberg's official statement that he gave to federal authorities. He said, I remember that while I was with my crew working in the Grand Cayman of January in that year, a boat came through with giant letters on the side, Freedon, and I thought it was odd because they had misspelled freedom.
Wow.
And so
They
this
ran
guy
out
in
of paint.
Cam.
yeah, his entire crew basically was like, ha ha ha, look at that boat,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
He said the boat docked and then stayed the night and then was gone the next morning. His story was corroborated by 24 witnesses. So
oh, jeez.
24 people plus this expert
What?
salvager saw the Freedon 2 weeks after it had quote unquote
Disappeared.
sank
Wow.
or disappeared or whatever.
Jeez.
So Paul Cornwell and his team, they go down there and they interview witnesses in the Grand Cayman. And a few of the witnesses say that one of the crew actually came off the ship and
Okay.
made an impression at a local bar.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here we go.
This guy's name was Felipe Luis.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily for Paul and the investigators, Felipe had taken multiple photos with locals
What?
while he was partying that night.
He's like, I love this place. I love Grand
Right.
Cayman.
So as it turns out, when Paul had visited the missing persons department in Haiti, one of the crewmen who had been reported missing by their family was Felipe Luis.
Jeez.
Wow.
So he's in on it.
So,
Uh-oh.
so these people are at least some people are alive.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
ship's
yeah.
around, right? So this adds a lot of weight to the theory that the ship never sank. It just
Yeah.
didn't show up in Haiti. So
Well, it didn't sink and then unsink.
right, exactly.
Yeah,
They don't do
yeah.
that. So a person who was reported missing on the Freedon was spotted and photographed partying in the Grand Cayman 2 weeks later,
Uh-huh.
where the ship was also docked for a night.
Uh-huh.
So when Paul returns to Atlanta after months of investigating, he meets a woman who had been afraid to speak to authorities, but she was desperately trying to get a hold of Paul.
Oh, my God.
She found out about what Paul was doing, about his kind of independent investigation.
Okay.
She was afraid to speak to anybody else. She's begging to speak to him. So he goes to her apartment in Atlanta.
Gosh.
And this woman has in her possession duffel bags belonging to Captain Florian and Felipe Luis,
What?
along with pictures of the two men. She says that basically Captain Florian met her
Uh-huh.
while he was staying in Atlanta and told her that he was a professional smuggler who had gotten in over his head with some dangerous government people.
What is
And
happening?
he asked her to hold his belongings while he and Felipe made a quick trip to Haiti. They'd be right back. The only thing is they never returned.
Jeez.
So this woman's got two
Okay.
duffel bags belonging to these
What's
men.
in the bag?
Photos
Oh, no.
confirming that it is them or
Yeah.
whatever. And they just never showed back up.
Okay.
So what's odd about this is Paul, the boyfriend, can't get any help from the authorities.
Yeah.
Well,
He's
she's
try-
saying that he's escaping. or like he got in too deep with
Yeah.
with
government
some
people.
He's
Yeah.
a smuggler who's working with some sort of government officials. He got in over his head. He's
That's
afraid
the
for
worst
his
place
life.
to be.
It
And
is
he's-
the worst
as a
place to
smuggler.
be.
And he's leaving all of his stuff at her apartment. This woman he just met. Basically, he's desperate, saying,
Yeah.
I'll be back for it. Just can you guard it for me? And all it was his belongings. But whatever it was like he was trying to make a quick getaway once he got back to Atlanta.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so till this day, the Freedon has never been spotted. I'm sorry, it's been spotted over a dozen times, but never like confirmed that it's still around. But most recently in 2016, it was spotted by a member of the U.S. Navy
What?
who was familiar with the
What's
story
happening?
because it aired on Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh,
And this
yeah.
guy was familiar with it. He sees the Freedon floating. This cargo ship says Freedon and is like,
Goodness.
holy moly, like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the ship. Nobody would take him seriously. Nobody would listen to him. So there's theories all over the place, whether it was drugs or, some people still believe the ship actually sank.
Yeah.
But basically, Paul Cornwell has never given up the search. He still is leading the search for Lisa Bishop.
What?
He spends his days investigating the disappearance of his
Jeez,
girlfriend
this is nuts.
and the ship called the Freedon. And it's actually listed as one of Florida's greatest unsolved mysteries because no
What?
one really knows what happened to the boat or the crew.
So like 4 years ago, somebody says that they saw
4
it.
years ago, a U.S. Navy serviceman
That's insane.
claims
What
to
the
have seen it.
heck?
I think what's interesting to me is that like Cameron brought up a great point early on was what's this smuggler captain guy doing in Atlanta?
Yeah.
Whenever his ship is down in Miami in the harbor, what are you doing in Atlanta? So a lot of people believe he has
Coca-Cola.
sinister motives. He was like maybe searching for people to kidnap, or he was
Big
It's a
Coke.
long way though. I mean,
Doing
you gotta
whatever.
fly down, or I mean, you don't want to
It's
drive down there.
inconvenient.
Yeah, it's super inconvenient.
Well, the woman that Paul found, who was afraid to speak to authorities but wanted to speak to him, had said this guy was terrified. Like from the moment I met him, he was
Wow.
he was afraid, like he was running from something. And she agreed. Apparently, he's a good-looking guy. She agreed to hold his stuff, and he never came back.
Well, she
So-
probably would have done it even if it was average looking.
That's right. She's probably a nice.
she agreed
lady.
to hold his duffel bags.
She agreed to hold his
Yeah,
duffel bag.
She smuggled his
Right.
stuff for him
Yeah.
at her house.
Maybe. I don't know. She was never supposedly a suspect. They did locate a woman down in Miami who basically owned the Freedon.
What?
She was. They traced the records back to the woman who had purchased the
Because
boat.
you do own and insure those things. These are big expenses.
Right. She was a Haitian national.
Okay.
By the time Paul got to her, she had passed away.
Oof.
What?
Uh,
Surely of natural causes.
I don't know.
Oh,
but
no.
the more you get into it, the sketchier it gets.
I'm in it.
I'm
yeah.
ready to investigate.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of it a bit too dark for our show, but yeah, if you Google it, there's a lot of stuff out there.
And
It's-
we're all comfortable on deep water, deep ocean.
Oh,
water.
yeah.
I would say we
I could
spend
tread
most of our
water
time
for-
on boats.
I could tread water for 4 minutes.
Who could tread water for the longest?
If we had to pick between the four of us,
I think,
think-
equally we'd all
do you think Greg's long, slender legs would give
Well,
me the
he's
advantage?
We'd
webbing
go down
between his
together.
toes.
We'd go down together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Playing that song from the
It'd
Titanic.
be beautiful.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
would
I'm
be beautiful.
committed.
But it's been a great week. It's been a long time since we've had to exit the show. I forget, what do we normally say? We do the
I'm taking
social
you two
media.
down with me. That's what I usually say.
Yes.
I'm taking you two down with me. He did gun fingers when he did that. FMOFM podcast, if you want to find us on social media. And also on patreon.com if you're interested in bonus stuff. Right now we have live streamers who
They're
are watching.
Hello.
We love our live streamers.
so much.
yeah.
Creepy.
They get to see the behind the scenes. So they get to see Josh's dances,
Yes.
They were good.
Cameron's prophetic speeches,
Yes.
Yoga.
and Wayne's
Yoga
I
moves.
try on clothes. I buy clothes online. I try them on for the live streamers.
Try on haul. Yeah.
Try on
Try
haul.
on haul. Yeah.
It's a great experience. And you also get bonus episodes throughout the month.
The tankini that you wore.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
What
I
I'm
loved
wearing
it.
right now. But yeah, it's a great experience. It's patreon.com/FMOFM podcast. The same for all of our social media, and FMOFM.com if you want to see a bunch of cool stuff on there as well. We love you guys.
Love you
Love
so
you
much.
so much.
It's been a great week.
See you guys.
See ya.